Hi guys, welcome back to Let Me Tell Ya. Yeah, gonna say it, it's been a minute. I'm sorry, things have just been kind of crazy. This has really not been on the top rung of things that needed to get done. I apologize. It's not that there have not been things that have got my brain going, because there definitely has.
Who am I? What am I?
It's just I haven't had time. So sorry. That being said, coming back with something that's really big for me, because I experienced a lot of it when I was a kid, and it kind of made me who I am as a person, not necessarily in a good way, but I guess sort of in a good way. But that would be bullying. It really can mess with kids growing up. You know, especially in those like preteen, teen years, it's really difficult. You're already dealing with enough going through puberty and school and just life in general. When people start bullying, things get a lot harder. The reason this kind of sprung up for me the other day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this because it's important, is we were talking about past experiences, and I still to this day remember one super vividly. It was when I was in 7th grade. And my boyfriend at the time, him and I were not necessarily a match. I was a bigger kid, as in plus size, not necessarily tall, because I'm a shorty McShorterson.
What the hell is even that?
I was plus size. I have been plus size my entire life, so this is no different. I was also a very strong kid. He at the time was not. He was very small, very thin, very petite person, and we were definitely an odd pair, but we liked each other, or so I thought, until a day he decided that his friends were making fun of him because the way we looked together, and he was going to break up with me, and his friends literally cheered him on to break up with me. It was hurtful, harsh. Thankfully, I had fantastic friends at the time who warned me of the situation, and so it wasn't as hard on me as it could have been. But it really triggered thoughts for me, because some of his friends who were doing the cheering on were also supposed to be my friends, and it really got me thinking, like, what do they actually think of me? You know, what are they saying behind my back? Because that's where a lot of this bullying and talking shit can go down. And then I quickly found out, you know, they thought I was fat and I was a tomboy, and those were just not good things. It was who I was as a person. It's still who I am as a person. So, you know, at the time I didn't realize it was something to embrace, just to be myself and who I was. So it was really hurtful, and that kind of scarred me a lot when I was a kid. It has taken a toll on me as an adult to appreciate myself and like myself, who I am. So yes, that is just one of the things I got bullied about, because obviously being a plus size kid, I got bullied a hell of a lot about being overweight my entire life, not just by friends, but by family as well. And although I love my family, and I know they were probably trying to help me, not hurt me, they didn't go about it in the right way. So going back on this, thinking about it, I don't know why we started thinking about it the other day, but I did. I started thinking about kids today and how much worse I kind of feel like bullying has gotten, and not necessarily because of like what people are bullying about, but the platforms in which people can bully. It's not just face-to-face anymore. People can get your number and text you. They can put it on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I mean, literally there are so many platforms where a person can be blasted about anything. And most oftentimes it happens in those preteen to teen years, and that's hard. Those are like major developmental years where we should be encouraging people, encouraging children to be different, to embrace who they are, to learn more about themselves and their differences. And we don't as a society, we don't as a country, we don't teach our children to do that. For the most part, this is just kind of a generalization. Yes, you may not be the parent who doesn't teach your child. Yes, your child may not be the bully. Generally speaking, we still have these ideals of people should look like this, people should act like this, they shouldn't feel this. if they're this, it really irks me. It irks me a lot because I see the struggles. A friend of mine, her sister, she's 13. She's now going to be homeschooled due to a lot because of what she dealt with in school. Not necessarily her choice. She started acting out. She started, having basically trauma responses. I mean, to the way she was being treated, not just by children, but some of the teachers. And again, yes, not all, but it does happen. So thinking about it, I just wish there was a better way to go about in helping kids embrace themselves. I know a lot of people say the saying, oh, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah, I mean, that is the case. I suffered a lot as a kid, emotionally and mentally, from teasing and bullying, and I'm relatively okay as an adult. Don't know if I'm gonna say I'm 100%.
An unmitigated disaster.
Don't think anybody's really ever 100%.
Why I like to be nude.
And it did make me tougher, but I think there are other ways I could have learned to be tougher and accept things and learned things. I don't think being bullied to the point of crying on the daily was the way I needed to learn to be tough. And tough is a very general word in the sense that there are multiple ways and different senses of the way that a person can be tough. I still deal with body image issues and am I enough issues and does someone like me even though I know they like me issues. The question of is it enough? Am I enough? Is always there in the back of my head, and am I appreciated or am I accepted is always in the back of my head. And it stems a lot from bullying trauma from when I was a kid. And again, not just from friends, but from family as well. So, hi Teebs in the background there. Thank you for making your appearance.
Bitch, are you for real?
The reason I wanted to make this is just kind of put that disclaimer out there that we need to do better. Better as a society, make it easier for people to grow up and to learn and to experience things, and just be more open and accepting to all the weirdos. Could you get off the fridge? Hey. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, and now she's up on the cabinets. That's freaking wonderful. Anyways, it's one of the things one among the many things I will say that keeps me from wanting kids, just because I don't want them to go through some of the things that I went through as a kid if they wind up having my genes. And the sad thing is, I think that kind of gets me is bullying doesn't stop when you're an adult. I know people like to think it does and that people don't talk behind your back, because they do. I literally think all the time, not so much with the people I work with now. They're pretty good. I always tell them if they have a problem, tell me to my face because I can't fix it if you don't tell me, or if you feel a certain way about me, please tell me to my face because, again, I can't do anything if you don't tell me. Prior people I have worked with, however, would talk all kinds of crap behind my back, talk me down to my bosses, talk me down to my fellow co-workers, all because they were angry or trying to make themselves feel better or be better, which kind of is the stem of a lot of bullying. It's just someone else, the person who's doing the bullying is normally hurt inside on themselves, so they feel like, oh, well, if I hurt somebody else, it'll make me feel better. That's not the case, people. I'm gonna let you know, making somebody else feel crappy is not going to be the way to make you feel better, because ultimately you're just going to turn around and you're going to feel crappier. Especially working in retail, I get talked down at a lot, people thinking I'm stupid and I don't know my job. I have a college degree. I've done my job for 7 years, maybe 8 now, kind of lost count at this point. I know what I'm doing. I'm a very smart person. I'm not stupid by any means. I don't appreciate being talked down to. So it sucks. You would think the bullying stages after turning into, adult would disappear, but it doesn't. And again, I know What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Bullshit. I shouldn't have to go through these traumatic events. And yes, although I'm an adult, not as traumatic as when I was a kid, but I shouldn't have to deal with these situations to build my character. My character is who I am. And yes, some of that is because of things I went through as a child, but I do ultimately think I would be the same person if I didn't have to deal with all that crap. Because I am very loving, funny, well, try to be funny. Hopefully people think I'm funny.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hopefully people think I'm loving too. I guess I didn't think about that.
I love you, bitch.
But I try to be the best person I can be on the daily, and although sometimes it is a struggle, you know, I do my best to be the best me, and dealing with these different talking down, you know, lessening of who I am as a person situations or bullying situations. They don't do anything for me. They don't make me a better person. They don't make me necessarily a worse person. They just stress me out sometimes and aggravate me because they're not necessary. I know all of this seems like I already know all this. This is not necessarily a reminder that this happens. We all know it happens. We see it all the time. We see kids affected so greatly by it. So this video is not a reminder that bullying happens. It's more of a, what can we do? What can we do to fix it? And maybe that's just on a personal level, you know, first starting out trying to help younger people or people struggling in your life with bullying, letting them know that easier said than done every time they need to not pay attention. They need to embrace themselves with who they are, seek help if needed, you know, someone to talk to. I wish we could do that more globally than just person to person, because this may not seem like a big problem, but it really kind of is. And it can sometimes set us up as adults of how we cope with things, how we deal with things. You know, if we could just work on stopping this at younger ages, maybe it wouldn't be as bad as when we were adults. But you know, that might not necessarily be the case, because a lot of times when we get to the adulthood, we feel like, oh, I'm an adult, I can say whatever I want. Please don't just say whatever you want. The whole saying of think before you speak, people, that's a pretty legitimate statement that I think we should abide by. Think real hard sometimes, some people, before you say things. Like real hard. Like, how would you like it if it was said to you? How would you feel if something was said to you like that? Or about you like that? Sometimes I just wish we could all be a little bit more loving. And I know that sounds silly and stupid, but we've just gotten to a point where we're so hateful as people. All of us. You know, we all have built this like block that it's either got to be this way or this way. And it's caused a lot of issues, and it's caused a lot of struggles for a lot of us. The whole loving one another, like, it needs to happen. We need to work on that. I worry about it. I have a niece who's 6. I have one who's almost 3. I have my friend's sister who's 13. I see them like going into this, especially my friend's sister. And I worry what people are saying to her and how she's reacting. And I know people have said things to her. And it breaks my heart, because I know what I put up with when I was a kid. I just wish we had a better way of doing things and going about things. Would be nicer. If we could be nicer. Anyways, thank you for listening to me complain about bullying and how much I hate it. And I do hope that you guys agree, and maybe we can work on something to fix the situation. You know, let's all just literally just try to be nicer to each other. Would be great. With that said, check out our About section on the YouTube.
Stop it!
Check out our About section on the YouTube page, where you can see links to the Smokin' Hot Podcast, link to our merch page, get you some cool stuff. Make sure you click and subscribe, click the bell so that you know when we upload videos. Again, so glad to be back with you guys. Tell me what you want to talk about on the next Let Me Tell You. I have something in mind. It's a little heated. I may bring some people in to talk about it. If you want to know what that is, tune in next time, okay? Love you guys. Try to be nice. Try to not stress if someone's not nice to you. We're gonna make it. I'm out. Teebs the cat is right here. She says, hey, love everybody too. Hey, no, you gotta look at the camera. Look, there you go.
I hated her so much. It flames on the side of my face.
She's full of love. Let's be full of love. All right, guys, I'm out. It was great talking to you. Bye.